Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's ADirtyGrandpa, and I'm sorry about the lack of uploads lately. It's been probably about a week by the time this goes up since I've uploaded my last game, and I've just been busy with drivers and life. But this is some Moab gameplay on BlackBox, and I figured I'd upload it because I haven't uploaded any Elite DLC gameplay, and that's because none of my friends have it except for one person, so I never play on it because the maps just never come up, and right here I get killed right off the bat. So this was by myself, and it was actually the second time I've ever played on it, so if you see me going into some weird spots that people don't normally do, or like bumping into things or running into dead ends or trying to jump on stuff that you can't jump on, it's because I just don't know the map. Like right there, I figured I'd be able to jump on that, but I couldn't, but I get kills out of it anyways. And I wasn't recording, so I had to go back into theater and record this, which I typically don't want to do. I don't like doing because it's twitchy and it shows you getting hit markers on nothing, and then sometimes you get like no hit markers when you're shooting at a person. It's weird. You can tell when it's in theater, but I try not to do that. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. And I actually got two Moabs in a row. I got a Moab right before this one in Carbon, but I've already uploaded one. I think the last Moab I uploaded was on that map, but it was significantly shorter than this Moab, and it was pretty good. But like, I think I got the Moab in like 4 minutes, and this is like 9. But I haven't uploaded anything from this game, this map, so I try to keep things fresh. I try to mix up the guns too, but I don't know, when I try to mix up the guns, like, and the ACR is a really good gun, so it's not too hard getting a Moab with it. Same with the MP7, same with the Scar. But usually when I mix up the guns, I try to challenge myself and do a really hard gun, and then I kind of get close, but I never quite get it. And I want to upload something like that soon. I've gotten really close with my MSR Moab, really close with the PM9 Moab, but not quite yet. I've tried for a couple with like secondaries, like I tried one with a Scorpion and that just didn't go well. I'm sure some people could do it, but I couldn't do it in the couple tries that I attempted to get it. And to address about the video quality in the last one, if you're watching on like an iPod, sorry, or an iPhone, the little annotation or whatever on the screen you wouldn't have seen pop up, because I know I watch videos on my phone and they're like, click the annotation on the screen, and you can't see it because you're on that. But what happened was the video quality was bad, and I'm sorry about that. I hate watching gameplay that's not in HD. What happened was I reset my settings on my Hapog because I wasn't sure. I think that's how you pronounce it, Hapag, I don't know. But something along the lines of that. So I reset all the settings on that, put them back to what I had them at, and it was recording fine again. But every time I would export it to my desktop, sorry, it would get all blurry like that again, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I realized when I was exporting it for an iPod or something along the lines of that, and I don't know how that happened, but it did. So that's what was causing it to be blurry, and that's why the last one's like all pixely and fuzzy, and it's not the normal quality that I upload in. So I apologize for that. It gets me mad. I was messing around with it for so long too, trying to fix it, and I couldn't. And I already deleted the file that was in my iTV. I record using the program that I record with is iTV because I use a Mac. I know if you have a PC, like the Hapog comes with a program that you can use with it, but I don't have well, I do have a PC, but nowhere close to my room that I could record with, so I use my laptop. What do you guys think of these maps, by the way? Like, I like BlackBox a lot from what I've played on it. It kind of reminds me of Estate mixed with Terminal, just because the plane. But I try to stay away from the plane. It's death and sadness and sorrow inside there. Lots of like tight quarters killing. I've played a couple games on Sanctuary, and it's alright. I prefer Foundation, to be honest, but it's hard to say right now. Like, I've only played on them a couple times. I remember Hard Hat used to be my favorite map by far when the game first came out. Like, used to absolutely love it. Now I think it's one of my least favorite because it tends to be really campy in that middle section where the pipe is and all that, which I don't like. But that's just my look on it. Some people love it because of that, but yeah, it's just not my cup of tea anymore. And then other maps I used to hate, I love now, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. And speaking of that kind of, I've been really thinking about getting a tattoo lately. You might think how that relates. um, I used to think that tattoos were silly when I was younger and like didn't really see the point to them. But now that I'm older, I kind of want one. And I just turned 18 a couple months ago, so I don't need like parent consent. So even if my parents didn't want me to, which I don't think they'll mind if I get one, because it's my body, right? Even if they didn't want me to get one, I could still get one. And I'm not sure what I would get or where. If I do get something, like I don't want to get like a sleeve. Like I think that's too big of a decision to decide when I'm like this young, because you might regret it. But if I was to get something, it'd be like an okay size, nothing too small, nothing too big, and in a spot where I could hide it if I wanted to. Like if for some reason, whatever, I become some wealthy businessman, or I doubt that would ever happen, but if it ever does, I could like put on a shirt or something and no one would know it was there unless you knew me or something. But I don't know, I kind of think of like, if you ever regret a tattoo, you can kind of look back at it as like a moment in your life, like a chapter in your life when you're thinking, you know, it reminds you, it brings you back to those thoughts. Like, how do I describe it? Like maybe when you're in your house and you stumble across something like a I guess this is bad, but like you stumble across like a toy that you had when you were a kid, and it brings back memories and like all the good times you're having with it, and like, you know, what your house might have looked like if you're living somewhere else, and like your friends that you forgot about. I kind of think it'd be like that with a tattoo, where like you're looking at it and you're older and you're like, oh, I don't know why I got this, but then it reminds you of like what your life was like and what was going on and what inspired you to get it. I don't know, I think that'd be kind of cool just looking back on it like that. And I don't think I would ever regret getting the tattoo if I really thought about it long enough as to what I was getting and where. I think I'd cherish it. But I've talked to, especially my teacher, but it's a teacher, right? They're like, oh, all my friends that got tattoos regret it now, and it's, I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever regret it. That's just my view on it. Some people I know are like hugely against tattoos, and you can get them removed. And I know they used to scar pretty bad, but I don't know now if you get it removed if it's bad. I know it hurts a lot. Apparently it hurts worse than getting the tattoo, like, by far. But it depends where you get the tattoo as well. Like, typically if you get a tattoo on a more, like, muscly part of your body, like your bicep or your tricep or, like, your lat or, like, your forearm or something, or, like, your thigh, that's not going to hurt as much. But if you get it, like, on your shoulder or your elbow, or like your fingers where it's bony, basically any bony part of your body hurts. So like if you're gonna get your foot tattooed or your toes or your rib cage or like your shoulder blades or something, that's where it hurt more. And obviously on your face. I think that's pretty self-explanatory though. Your face is a pretty sensitive spot compared to the rest of your body. And I guess you're like your boys, if you guys probably know what I'm saying about that. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get tattooed down there. That would never. That would hurt way too much in the first place. I guess it'd be a good conversation to start. It'd be like, hey, want to see what's down there? I don't know. That'd be a horrible pickup line. But yeah, if you guys have a tattoo, I don't know what my viewing age audience is. For all I know, you could all be 10 years old or 5 years old or something. But if anyone's watching that has a tattoo, that's a decent age, hit me up about it. What are your thoughts on it? If you still like it, or maybe if you're about to get a tattoo and you have stories to tell or something. Because I know tattoos can get infected too if the artist isn't using like properly disinfected stuff, and apparently it's very painful. But if I was to go somewhere, I wouldn't like go to some cheap place just to get, you know, save $1 on a tattoo. It's going to be on your body, right? I'd want to go to a place where the artist is really good, it's trusted, you know, you make sure everything's sterilized, everything's clean, and licensed and all that, because, like I said, it's going to be on your body for, like, the rest of your life, pretty much, so, and like I said, unless you get it removed. But that's my view on tattoos. Like I said, let me know, and this gameplay is pretty much coming to an end. I don't have an ending clip, pretty much because it's gonna be long because of the gameplay. I don't want YouTube to not let me put it up, and because of the fact I really haven't gotten like cool ending clips. I got a couple sick, well, really sick ones in Battlefield 3, but I wasn't recording because when I played Battlefield, you know, I figured like you guys don't want to watch it, and then I got this like sick ass sorry, this really cool no scope that was far away, and this collateral headshot that was pretty decent too. But I wasn't recording, like I said, and there's no theater in it like there is in COD. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Like always, I'm a Dirty Grandpa, and I'll see you later.